I'm gonna start reading now. Alright. The Rekindling Cell update. Oh, Shadow Fiend. Swagger Fiend. He actually looks quite Swagger Fiend now. Good for him. So I guess he got the model rework? All that?
Yeah, there's a few changes to his abilities as well, but nothing massive. We can get to them.
Okay, well we'll come to that later. But okay, so he's got a nice, cool looking model. Good for him. As in our new Shadow Fiend Arcana. Looks pretty cool. Like, can we just say he's a Balrog now? Do we still have to pretend like he's not a Balrog, or what's sort of the Balrog status? Because I'm pretty sure at the Arcana he's just a Balrog.
I think he's allowed to be a Balrog now. I think that's legit. He can be a Balrog.
So,
yeah.
Some more items and shit. I don't really care, but that's cool. Okay.
Courier Morph. Check that out. That's quite interesting.
Oh, Courier Morph. Everyone's Courier Morph. Oh, that's cool. That's great. People are going to be really happy. That's a great way for them to make money, too. People will buy a lot more couriers.
Yeah, I suppose. It's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm wondering whether people might start complaining about it if it starts to get confusing. I don't know. I don't know.
What I think. I think it's that's actually really big strategically, because now when you if you pay attention, it'll mean you'll be able to figure out who the courier is delivering items to.
Well, no, but
if you see the courier walk into fog, you'll know that hero is in that section of fog.
Ah, okay. Well, the way that I was reading it was it would only briefly change into that when it delivers items to you. Oh no, you're right. I kind of pictured it as like when it delivered literally at the moment of delivery, it would briefly morph into it.
I think it means when it's bringing your items to you, it will be your courier, which is cool.
Well, that's interesting.
But that could be pretty meaningful.
It could be, yeah.
Anyway, something to think about. Okay, fight recap. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, obviously, BTS, I believe, had already started some of that stuff.
That's a really good tool.
Yeah, no, that's great. I assume that's only in replays. You can't access that in game, though.
I would imagine so. Yeah. I'm looking at this as a caster and just saying that is.
Yeah, no,
that's great.
I mean, I think BTS, what they had done was great, but this looks awesome too, and I think it'll be great to have available intro.
Okay, here we go.
Update.
Map change.
Okay. Moving day for Roshan. No dire advantage?
No, it's still dire advantage. They've just changed where the entrance to the river is, and It's a big deal, and also some of the other terrain features in that area. Like I actually haven't been in game since the patch.
Other changes? When was the last time they changed the map? Have they ever just changed the map? Like, we're changing the map.
Not since I have ever. Not since I've been playing Dota, no. So for about 2 years, no.
Wow. Okay. Bounty rune. All right, cool. I've always been a fan of more runes. Force is the most fundamental magic. Okay.
So this is basically. I actually mentioned this like a couple of weeks ago on stream. I think like it would be really nice if there was a rune which, instead of upping your ability to do damage or to move fast, actually upped your ability to farm.
I think I heard you say that. Yeah, I do remember that.
And here it is. Now the Crimson. And actually, let's hold the Crimson Guard for a second. I think just below that. Okay, no, don't go just below that. But I'm just going to tell you as well, because on the topic of runes, from a little bit further below, there's also now 2 runes spawning every 2 minutes, one at either end of the river.
Bounty rune section, yeah, I just read that. It's in the bounty rune section, and one of them is always the bounty rune.
Yeah. So it will be. Do you get the
bounty rune is not as good? You know, you would prefer one of the other runes, I guess.
Well, would you? I mean, it depends. If I was on a Dragon Knight and I've got a bottle.
What exactly the bounty rune does?
Not statistically, no. I'm imagining it will be double golden experience, like a double damage rune, but I'm not sure on that. But if you think about it, it means that you can always pick up a bottle, and every 2 minutes you will be able to refill it. So if you've got an aggressive mid, then you might pick up it, and you might be hoping for a haste or something. But it's going to make farming mids, like DK or someone like that, you're not going to go for the Soul Ring anymore. You're going to go bottle, always get your rune. It's going to be huge.
I think we're going to see more greedy mids, more Lycan mids, you know, more, you know, I don't know, but more like position 1 mids. It just means you can guarantee bottle charges, basically.
Sure, I think we might see a lot of the heroes. I mean, you still need to be able to get the last hits. I don't think it'll open up whole new heroes who've never went mid before, but we're definitely going to see a lot more farming on the mids, yeah. But it's also going to be interesting because...
More rune fights.
Yeah, the supports are going to be spending a lot more time from each lane, making sure that they get the rune down at their end. Might even see dual lanes now,
you can fight at every rune.
So that you could always get both runes. The other thing is, if you imagine one person from mid getting one of each rune, you've immediately got a situation where the hero who gets the regular rune, the haste or the DD or the whatever, in order to kind of balance the fact that the other person's got this wonderful bounty rune, they have to go for a kill or lane dominance with that rune now. Otherwise, it's doubly bad. You see what I mean? Like you can't just pick up a haste rune and go, oh yay, I got the rune.
It's a waste.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually going to be huge.
That's a great point. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm going to nip over to the library to see if the Crimson Guard is in the items section.
What does this Crimson Guard do? I didn't do anything with the new bloom. I never do those stuff. So
it's not.
What that actually means?
I remember it was a great item, but I don't remember what it did.
I have no idea what it does. Oh, is this like in the shop?
Well, it was for the Year Beast fight.
But wait, it's like so they've added a new item to the shop. That's
yes, yes, that is 100% what they're saying.
Okay,
I can't see it in the shop though.
I don't see it either.
No.
Well, the library's already bugged.
More on that to come, I guess, folks.
There's a new item. I'll look up on the wiki in a bit. Yeah. All right. Oh, reworked Bloodseeker.
Let's hold off. They've reworked Bloodseeker and Phantom Lancer. Let's get to the actual changelog, because this is where.
Am I gonna cry about the Phantom Lancer rework?
I'm not sure. It's interesting.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So, just for anybody who's tuning in now, I have read these through at least halfway through before, and I've got some notes. David E has not seen them before at all, so he might.
Totally new to me. Kind of freaking out a little bit. But okay. Fountain area is now at a higher elevation level. Awesome. Great. Love it. Fountain vision increased from 1400 to 800. Great. Attack range increase. Awesome. It should cover the whole fountain. Totally agree. True sight increase. Awesome. Fountain should be more safe. Fountain farming is safer. Agreed. Rework terrain.
Don't read it.
All over the map.
Don't read it. Click on. I didn't actually realize this was here before. Click on the show details at the bottom, and then you'll get pictures.
All right. Okay. Okay. So the Rashant is much more accessible. That's the main thing I'm seeing. It's limiting dire advantage. Because it's a lot easier to get to Rashant and Radiant the way this is set up.
Yeah, and it also looks to me. I mean, they've had to move the Ancients as well.
Oh yeah, they moved the Ancients back.
Like,
Dire Ancients are more.
Roshan is effectively where the Dire Ancients used to be.
They're harder to stack. They're really limiting dire advantage. The whole 500 Beastmaster thing, that's now really hard. The way how they positioned.
Yes.
They're not in a casual stacking position.
I'd agree with you there.
At all.
I'd agree with you there. There was that wonderful trick you could do with the Beastmaster axes, especially previously, where you could actually throw them even from across the river.
Yeah, like the dire advantage is really different. Really different.
Yeah, that's not going to be happening anymore.
The Ancients are not stackable casually. Okay, alright.
So,
more open on the Radiant side. Oh, there's a new path. There's a new path, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much more accessible.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure whether
Radiant buffs.
This is going to make it very interesting. Trying to gank now on the Radiant off lane is going to be really difficult.
Oh, I see. So you can now run there and there. There's 2 new Radiant paths to this secret chunk. Okay.
Lots of changes.
Oh, wow, Radiant gank spot. No more Radiant gank spot. Wow.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
These are some big These are some big changes. They seem to be in the habit of taking out trees, not putting them in.
Which is good. I think it's fine.
I think that works.
Wow.
It's just very hard to judge what effect they're going to have in game.
Radiant buff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Moving on.
Denied creeps now give less experience, which is good, because denying was not a big enough deal.
Yep, I agree.
That's great. Awesome. Alright, 50%. I like the percentage instead of a flat. I think it's good. First blood bonus decrease. That's good. First blood was too big of a deal, and it's bad socially. I'm all for nerfing it. Rework the bonus area of effect XP. Okay.
This is possibly a little bit tricky. I don't know if you want to...
Is it a nerf or a buff? I mean, I was pretty familiar... I'm familiar
I think
with
it's
the dynamic. It's
like
more complicated.
I'm just having a quick look at this, and what it seems to be for me is it's more sensitive to how your whole team is doing. So previously, it was pretty much
enemy team and allied team.
Yeah, it's more sensitive to how the match is actually going.
See, that's great. That's great. So it's a balancing mechanic, basically.
Yes, and I think the way they've done it. Oof. I think the way they've done it is that the worse your team is doing, the more experience you'll get. I think that's how I'm reading
It's
this.
a balancing mechanic, which is great. Awesome.
I mean, I'm not sure whether that's going to be hugely popular. It's going to make comebacks a lot easier. It's actually, I don't know. If you win the early game, like decisively but not by too much, and then lose the first big team fight, that first team fight is going to do so much for your opponent. I'm not sure whether they're wise to do that, because it means that, you know, so-and-so killing so-and-so is worth so much XP now. The same kill later in the game is worth a totally different amount. Oh, well, for assists anyway.
I'm more worried about the games that you lose because, like, you know, the other team goes, you know, 12-2, and then there's just no point in playing. Then the game where you're up 7-4, and then the other team kind of gets an over slingshot. I mean, obviously that's a concern.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm more concerned about the former than the latter.
That's certainly true. I'll give you that.
And I see similar effects on Streak. Great.
Yes.
I think it's good. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they'll maybe could have with it more, but okay.
Yep.
Glyph fortifications now refreshed and ever use a tier 1 tower. Okay, anti-death ball.
That's huge. Okay. It's going to slow down. I mean, it's going to do two things. Yeah. It's going to slow down the pushes that you get. It's going to slow down split pushes. It's going to slow down teams that try and burst from tower to tower, although not too much in that situation.
Also, it doesn't really slow down split pushes that much. It slows it a little bit, but not that much. But I agree about here's the other thing it means. It means it's not bad to glyph a tier 1 you know you're going to lose.
That's true. That's true. Even if it's just 7 more seconds.
That's to re-educate the noobs.
That's 7 more seconds. So long as you pop the glyph before it goes down. It also means that we might see a little bit more of a trend in the meta towards strategies which try and you know, really just bomb down a lane, get the tier 1 and the tier 2.
Well,
we might.
Yeah, so it's better to take
because when they lose a tier 2 tower, you can then go for the next tier 1 without having to worry about them having another glyph. But if you go for a tier 1, you're going to get the whole glyph.
Hold on 1 second, Grumble. What? Probably. I don't know how to fix it, but I can. Yeah, not right now, but soonish. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. But yes, agreed. Tier 2 towers armors increasing 2025. Okay.
I like that.
Tower bounty gold decreased. Okay. As a split pusher, I cry a little, but I understand. I understand. In captain's mode, the 3rd phase ban order is swapped. Is this a first pick nerf? I think it's a first pick nerf.
Okay.
Because is it?
See, my take on this is I appreciate they've got to be really sensitive about the captain's mode order. It's highly, highly crucial. I think what they were trying to do probably was get rid of the advantage you get on a first pick, but to me the 3rd ban phase order is not of huge concern. Like, to me, you get a huge advantage for picking first because you pick first, obviously, and then at the very end you get the last pick as well. To me, that's the issue. So I don't think this will have a huge effect.
But let me think. Help me remember. So, and currently the way it works is first ban, second ban. So it's like if it's Radiant's first pick, and Dire's second pick, it goes Radiant ban, Dire pick, Radiant pick, or is it Radiant ban, Radiant pick, Dire pick?
That was one of those instances where you started talking and then all the words just kind of merged. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a thing. So the 3rd phase ban. We're talking the 3rd phase banning. We're talking the final bans. Yeah.
Yes.
So if I, so it'll be the team that picked first. No, it'll be the team that picked second in the previous way of doing it. I think that would get the first ban then. So now it will be the team that picked first. Well, I guess, I mean...
It seems like it's better for first pick. Okay, I have to go deal with a couple of domestic things. I will return very briefly.
Okay. For anybody watching on one or both streams, I guess I'm just going to quickly go through some of the rest of the changes and hope Davidy's back fairly soon. So reworked out all picked works in ranked matchmaking. So this is only in ranked, and I actually really like how they've changed this. Oh, a little bit Davidy noise there. So when it's ranked, when you want to be taking it seriously, picking now starts after a 35-second strategy period. So if you're going in it with randoms, you're going to have, there's going to be a bit of time when you may as well talk because there's nothing else to do. Teams then alternate picking, and whenever it's a team's turn to pick, anyone on that team can pick for themselves. So there's not going to be any chance of you losing out on this. If you really want something, you can always try and just mash click it. And it will go in order, so there'll be a little bit more countering going on. Teams then have 30 seconds to pick a hero, and it just goes back and forth, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. If the timer expires, each player that hasn't selected a hero will lose 2 gold per second, and that selection will stay. The selection will stay on this team until a hero is picked. Once a selection is made, it immediately switches back to the other team. So basically, if somebody on your team hasn't picked in 30 seconds, you're going to keep losing. You and everybody else who hasn't picked yet are going to keep losing 2 gold per second until they pick something. If a team has not picked, just cutting down a little bit further. Oh, hello. Just to catch you up then, because I kept going. They've reworked how all pick works in ranked matchmaking. So 35-second strategy period at the beginning. You then alternate picking, and whenever it's a team's turn to pick, anybody on the team can pick a hero, and they've got 30 seconds to do so. If the timer expires, every player that hasn't selected a hero yet will start losing 2 gold per second until someone picks something. And if a team has not picked and continues losing gold for more than 30 seconds, then a player that hasn't picked will be assigned a random hero. Now, I actually really like this. Again, it's just for ranked, it's just for all pick, and it just gives you a way, even with total randoms who really want to play Viper, like you've kind of got to talk about it. You know, you've got 35 seconds sitting there to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to say, all right, guys, well, what lanes do we want?
Let them spam pick.
Yeah, exactly. If people want to spam pick, they can.
And it prevents people from simultaneously picking the same role or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, it actually works.
I think it's really smart. If we can just kind of, I think we might want to go over these slightly briefly and get down to the really hero stuff, because there's a lot of hero stuff.
Well, let me quickly scroll through this.
Sure.
It's not long. I can do this quick. Because I just want to know. Ages decrease, rate decrease from 6 minutes to 5. Okay.
A little bit more pressure there to use it.
Increased damage. Okay. Centaur Conqueror. Okay, so various changes to jungle creeps. Looks like mostly buffs. Oh, some buffs and nerfs. Okay, so there's some changes to. Okay. Fixed and more edge case passing. Okay. The following abilities can be cast on spell immune allies. Ice armor surge, alacrity. Okay, cool. So, good. Properly dispellable. Okay, some more dispellable things. Let's see. Anything really big here? Poison touch. That's meaningful. Poison attack is dispellable. Sticking napalm is dispellable. Wow. Okay. So some big dispellables. I think it's good. I don't understand why more things aren't purgeable. I don't like it when they're not. I think it's stupid. Anyway,
while I agree, I don't think it's a huge game changer. Like, I don't think, I don't know. Especially, you can say that about Viper's poison attack, but okay, he can put it on you every half second.
Nerfs to these things. I think these are buffs to Diffusal Blade and Yules.
Yes, no, I'd agree with you. And I think more things should be dispellable. I guess it's nice now that you can pick one of those up and say, all right, well, it's probably going to work on most things, and that's important. I would agree.
Big buff to purge, which I think is more than needed. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to heroes. Okay.
Well, just briefly, I don't know whether you got this. All of the stuff for the jungle creeps are buffs to the jungle creeps.
Oh, they're all buffs. Well,
yes.
Shatter Banisher attack range reduced from 600 to 300. That may be the only nerf. But other than that, they're all
okay. That may be the only nerf. All right, fine. I didn't spot that one. But the rest of them.
Isn't our attack time increase? That's a nerf, right?
Stop it, Davide. Okay, but
this is a mix of buffs and nerfs.
But the attack time increase for them makes sense when you think that they've actually just benefited from the swiftness aura.
Oh, sure.
So I don't. So yeah, so that's just offsetting that.
But okay.
Like the Satyr Banisher's attack time has improved. The Centaur Courser's attack time has improved. The Centaur Conqueror's attack time has improved, and I think the Hellbears have actually improved as well, given that they've got the attack speed aura now.
I think it's good because it again discourages passive jungling and encourages use of jungle creeps. So good. Awesome.
Yeah, it makes it easier for Enchantress and Jen, and harder for everyone else.
Good. Okay, heroes. Abaddon. Mistcoil mana cost, rescaled. Cool. A Mistcoil buff. Good. Abaddon has mana problems, and it just makes Abaddon not fun to play early. Okay.
Well, it's a nerf at level 4, but a very minor one.
Acid Spray nerf. Yay for Acid Spray nerf. Acid Spray nerf.
No, that's a buff.
Oh wait, it's buff? Oh.
Yeah, it reduces more armor now by 1 point at every level.
Oh.
I love it. Alch needs to be brought back a little bit. People are forgetting the terror of Alchemist.
Acid Spray. Of all
Acid Spray is awesome. Acid Spray is one proper team ability. Anyway.
Acid Spray is frustrating because it's just a bitch to lane against. It just makes lane against Alchemist unpleasant. It's like, well, this lane I can't stand.
Says the Nature's Prophet.
I can't stand.
Yeah, whatever. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Like
and the Viper.
Okay, Anti-Mage buff. Good. Give him some strength. All for
yep,
it.
he needed that.
Counter Helix chance to activate increase. Good. Culling Blade no longer ignores Lincoln Spear. Okay, I think those are 2 good changes.
I mean, it's kind of significant though. Culling Blade before was the one thing that killed everything, right? There wasn't anything that blocked Culling Blade before.
Like,
Magic Immunity, Shallow Grave, doesn't matter.
There'll always be an exception. There has to be an exception to everything, or it's not Dota. That's one of the rules about Dota. I will say the only thing I don't like about this is that it seems to encourage early game acts. Which is fine, but early game axe is more. I wish they made him more of a mid game hero, but whatever.
Now, Bane, this is huge. I want to say this one. Aghanim Scepter Fiend's Grip now also causes anyone who attacks Bane while he is channeling to be afflicted with Nightmare.
That is really
that is
really
huge.
But just disable him. Just disable him. There's so many disables. I don't. This is that. It's a big deal. Yes, you have to, like it's like Lich Ultimate. Yes, it's a big deal, and it totally changes a lot. Don't disagree. But it's not that strategically difficult. Just disable him instead of attack it if he attacks.
Okay, but here's...
I'm not trying to say it's not a big deal.
I think it's a big deal. I think there'll be huge plays with that now. But also... Because think about it. A lot of the time you say, yeah, just disable him. And yes, that is your go-to counter. But a lot of the time you've just used your disables, disabling some other channeler. And actually it's just like, well, no... I'd say about half the time, the way you actually practically end up solving it is by trying to kill the guy because he's so squishy, and you can't do that at all now.
I understand.
Because you won't even do damage. The Nightmare will go, will hit immediately. It's huge.
I see how it's a big deal. It'll just I like it though. I think it makes it a strategic thing. It's not just like, oh, it's a channeling thing, so kill him, whatever. It's like, okay.
So put it this way though.
It's like,
if the enemy is a team of right clickers, don't have too many stuns, then you pick Bane now.
Get axe. Yeah,
every time.
Yeah. Well, if you can get axe.
True. Yeah. If you can get the axe.
Okay. Flaming Batrider, Flaming Last. We've nerfed Batrider enough. No one even picks Batrider anymore.
Gothic does. My team does.
Poor Batrider. He's not even in the meta that much. I mean, he's a really good hero. I'm not trying to say he's bad.
Yeah.
That's a little harsh.
This seemed a bit out of left field for me as well.
Alright, okay, whatever.
C'est la vie.
Beastmaster, I guess this is all buffs because of the changes to Dire Ancients. That's what I'm guessing. Alright. Composite to physical. Yep, that's a buff. Damage reduced. Okay.
Now, it's not great.
Not bad. Okay. Side damage is primary damage. Okay, that's good. Primal push is just increased. That's good. Duration. Okay, so it's changed. More of a team fighter. It's fine. I don't think it's that huge of a nerf to Wild Axis. It's not that bad. It's big. It's not that big. It's not.
I think the damage reduction will just reflect the change from composite to physical. Because if I remember rightly, composite damage is reduced by both armor and magical resistance, whereas physical will be reduced only by armor.
Still a buff in total, I would say.
Yeah, so it will do more damage. And anyway,
total buff.
And it means that he will be doing, if I'm right about this anyway, more damage to the Ancients, And they are still stackable from lane. It's just the issue is if the lane is pushed, and he still has the boar to stack it. He still has the boar.
Yeah.
And you don't have to walk out of. He can do it from the tier 1 tower, is what I'm saying. So like, if he's got a way to keep the lane pushed, or if there's someone else who can come in, or something, it's not. It won't never be done now. It will just be a bit harder. But it's partly because wild axes will actually be better at killing them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Are you here, Libby?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Libby. We're
I'm
going
here.
over the patch notes still, so you can go over them as soon as you want, or you can kill. It won't be that much longer, but it's all good. You want to go over
Okay,
the patch
yeah, I
notes
was
or
just
not
looking
really?
to see what happened to my heroes.
Okay.
Nether
Alright,
swap range
Bloodseeker.
increased. Woo.
Oh no! Don't tell me! No spoilers! No spoilers! No
You
spoilers!
haven't got.
We're going in order.
Okay, sorry.
Should we?
It's okay.
I don't know. Call you. I don't know. Bloodseeker's going to be quite a big bit of chatting, I think. We're going to have to. Yeah, we do want to get some games done, so we should try and speed this up a little bit because there's
You
a
guys
lot.
are still on Bloodseeker?
Yeah, and it's alphabetical.
Yeah, that'll take you about an hour.
Okay. Well, do we want to play a game or?
I think we can go through them fairly quick. I've picked out most of the key ones.
All right. Yeah. I think we can. Let's see how it goes. You don't have to. You can chill if you want, Libby, but you feel free to do something else if you want. But you can also talk about the choices.
Okay.
Bloodseeker removed from captain's mode. Tier. Okay. I like playing Bloodseeker. I'm a noob. I'm okay with that. I know who I am. Why are we nerfing Bloodseeker?
Well, no. Don't talk about nerfs yet.
All right.
He's been totally reworked.
All right. Old Blood Rage. Yeah, I know what Blood Rage does. Pretty good ability. All right. New Blood Rage. Amplifies all damage taken and dealt.
Including spells.
Okay. All right.
That's huge.
Yeah, I get it. So it's like, what's the other one that does that? The Shadow Demon thing. What's this thing called? Demonic Purge.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Who kills a unit will be healed for 25% of the. Okay, so it's like the Bloodbath. Oh, we don't have Bloodbath anymore. Okay, well.
Yes, we don't have Bloodbath anymore. We got this.
So it's like.
And look at the mana cost.
Like
just to put that in context, look at the mana cost.
Mana cost. Oh, I see.
Mana cost is 0, and you can cast it on allies as well. So, c'est la vie.
Okay. So, oh wow. But you have to constantly cast it on yourself. That's gonna get annoying. Can you put it on an auto cast?
I don't know. It doesn't say it's an auto-cast ability. It doesn't say it's not.
That should be on auto cast.
The overall thing for this is the damage amp is massively reduced. Massively. At level 4, it's a third of what it was before.
Combines Blood Rage and Bloodbath together.
Yeah, and it makes it more of a spammable buff that you can cast on everyone. So you wouldn't want to cast it on your tank because it makes you take more damage as well. But you can cast it on OD.
It doesn't tell you how much damage. But here's the problem. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't amplify the amount of damage.
I'm resisting the urge to spoil something.
Oh, I see.
It's very hard to resist.
It's fine.
I was gonna say flying courier.
We'll get to it.
You're breaking up some. Okay, so I see. But so as damage you're taking and dealt is the same. Okay, I see. Okay, okay, all right. Okay,
so it's interesting. Basically, to me, I'll give you my overview on this. I think this and the other stuff that's coming make Bloodseeker. He's not a position 1 anymore. I don't think he can be played as a position 1, but as possibly a jungler, possibly some kind of support, possibly an offlaner, or even a mid. Like his utility and his teamfight utility now is massive.
I get it.
It's massive. The new ability.
Blood Right.
Yep.
Targets an area. An effect that is visible to enemies appears on the ground. After 3 seconds, enemies in the area are damaged and silenced. Okay, an AoE silence. Pretty big AoE. Wow. Okay.
Well, fairly big.
Yeah, it's not huge, but
the cast range is huge. The area of effect is
240 pure damage at level 4. 120 pure damage at level 1.
It's fairly big. It's fairly big, and a 6-second silence.
That's pure damage, dude.
It needs setup with a 3-second delay. It needs quite a big setup. Like an RP wouldn't necessarily be enough from this because I don't even at level 4 I'm not sure if RP stuns for 3 seconds.
Yeah, but it's got okay, I get it. Okay, cool.
It's amazing. Very quickly going through the rest of the stuff. We no longer have this weird 50% for sight, 25% for true sight thing. It's just 30% for sight and true sight. And also the enemy.
When they are revealed. Good.
So I'm guessing that will be some little glowy thing that actually lets you a warning, basically. Like yo,
Yeah.
he can see you, bro.
And it has a little debuff thing. That's good.
Yeah.
Burst movement and damage bonuses are now proportional to how the enemy's health is. Oh, cool. I like it. I like it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Burst movement speed and damage bonus increase. Okay. Rupture no longer deals additional damage. Oh, I don't like that, but okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. I see.
That's big.
That's a good. That's cool. That's better.
What I think is quite
reduced from 76 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think is quite big about that is if you imagine that with the Blood Rage, which now affects spells.
Mm-hmm.
So if they've got 12 seconds and at level 4 Blood Rage is also 12 seconds, you know, taking 40% extra damage from Rupture, like that's huge.
Yep.
That's huge. Like 4-staff Bloodseeker now, if that is applied correctly, will do insane damage. Like huge damage. Yep. So yeah, as I said, I think the thing that made Bloodseeker a valid position, one was the fact that he could get a better than double damage room whenever he wanted, and he can't do that anymore now. And there's nothing about his hero that makes it, like, in effect, the thing that you would normally say could make him a carry is now a buff that he can put on anyone. So it makes more sense to play him as a support, have somebody else be your carry, get the benefit of that in addition to whatever they've got to amp their own damage.
Potentially. I see what
anyway, I know you're a Bloodseeker fangirl.
Like
I know.
Hero. He's a utility carry support offlane. I'd like a Marana role basically that are moving control.
Okay.
Cool.